and so I will call tonight's August 2nd meeting of the Utility Service Board to order. Before we get into agenda items, we do need to amend the agenda to postpone consideration of item 9, which was the request for approval of an MOU with Indiana IUB Holdings LLC. That is not quite ready. So is there a motion to amend the agenda to drop item 9?
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. And Latrina, can you please call the roll?
Yes. Parmenter,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Kapler.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you. The agenda is amended. Next item is approval of the minutes from our July 19th meeting. Are there any questions or changes to the minutes from the board members? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to approve the minutes from July 19th?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
And Latrina, please call the roll. And we now have board members Burnham and Eamon here as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, Sherman,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Kapler,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Eamon.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, minutes are approved. Next up are approval of the claims. We have standard invoices in the amount of $2,155,943.11. Are there any questions or comments on standard invoices? All right, seeing none. Oh, I'm sorry, Megan?
I just had a quick question. I assume that the Chevy Silverados are 2021s. Are all the vehicles we buy brand new?
Yes, they are.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, Kirk.
My question related to the same. Are we using state Department of Administration bids for those? Because we're eligible for that, I think. We used to be.
Right, Cindy Shaw Purchasing. Right now, we're using a pricing cooperative service that is available to all government agencies, whether they're federal, educational, municipalities. And we have found that it's fairly equal to the government bids that are available. So we don't send them out for 3 bids anymore. We use the cooperative pricing.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, then is there a motion to approve the standard invoices?
So moved.
Second.
All right, and Latrina, please call the roll.
White,
Yes.
Sherman,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Eamon, thank you.
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Kapler.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Oh, wait, no, Sherman. I'm sorry, I have to call Jim Sherman's name again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Standard invoices are approved. Next up are utility bills in the amount of $13,835.17. Any questions or comments on utility bills? Amanda.
I have a question on the utility bills on page 2. It says the third entry says TT. Is that just a typo, or is that supposed to be AT&T?
Yes, that's supposed to be AT&T. I think it just got cut off.
Okay.
All right. Any other comments or questions? seeing none, then is there a motion to approve utility bills?
So moved.
Second.
All right, and Latrina, please call the roll. Latrina?
Parmenter,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Kepler,
Yes?
Beeman,
yes,
Sherman.
yes,
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have wire transfers in the amount of $369,145.16. Any questions or comments on wire transfers? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina?
Sherman,
yes,
White,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Beeman,
yes,
Parmenter,
Yes.
Kepler.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, wire transfers are approved. Thank you. Next, customer refunds in the amount of $2,608.82. Any questions or comments on customer refunds? Then is there a motion to approve refunds?
So moved.
Second.
All right, and Latrina?
Beeman,
yes,
Burnham,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Kepler,
Yes?
Sherman,
yes,
White.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, customer refunds are approved. Next item, item 4 is the approval of the consent agenda. And for that, I will turn this over to Vic Kelson.
Good evening, everyone. Vic Kelson, Utilities Director. We have bringing our consent agenda for this week, which totals $38,448.15. The first item is Control Freaks Consulting, LLC. That's $5,000 for the iClient human machine interface in the filter gallery at Monroe. The second is Suez W2TS Analytical Instruments, $5,203.15. This is servicing for the total organic carbon analyzer at the Monroe plant. The third is Seiler Instrument and Manufacturing, $22,437. This is GPS equipment for all our utilities inspectors. Johnson Controls Fire Protection, LP, $5,808. These are the first amendments to the agreement for annual, semi-annual, and quarterly inspection of our fire-related components. And the last is to Gold Street Design Agency. It's a $0 amount. It's an amendment to extend the work completion date and contract completion date. Is there any board member who would like to consider any of these items separately? Hearing none, if there's no opposition, the consent agenda will be approved as recommended by staff. Hearing no opposition, the consent agenda is approved. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vic. All right, fifth item is a request for approval of an agreement with Mitchell & Stark Construction Company, Inc. for the construction of a new chemical feed facility at the Monroe Water Treatment Plant. And Dan Hudson will fill us in on this. Dan?
Yeah, for the record, this is Dan Hudson. I'd like to request the board for a notice to proceed for the construction of the chemical feed facility at the Monroe Water Plant with Mitchell & Stark, and that is for $609,500.
Okay, are there any questions for Dan? All right, seeing none, then is there a motion to approve this agreement with Mitchell & Stark?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina, please call the roll.
White,
Yes.
Beeman,
yes,
Sherman,
yes,
Burnham,
Yes.
Parmenter,
Yes.
Kepler.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. This agreement is approved. Next item is a request for approval of an agreement with Thieneman Construction, Inc. for a chemical feed system improvements project at Blucher Pool wastewater treatment plant. Dan Hudson again.
Yes, for the record, this is Dan Hudson, and I'd like to request the board for a notice to proceed with the construction of the chemical feed system at the Blucher Pool wastewater treatment plant. And that is with a contractor, Thieneman, for $499,000.
Okay, are there any questions for Dan on this project? All right. Seeing none, then is there a motion to approve this agreement with Thieneman Construction?
So moved.
Second?
And Latrina?
Kepler,
Yes?
Sherman,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Clementer.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Agreement is approved. Thank you. Next is a request for approval of an agreement with BL Anderson, Inc. for repair and installation of raw pump number 1 at Dillman wastewater treatment plant. And for this, we'll hear from Garrett Cowell.
Can you hear me? Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. My name's Garrett Towell. I'm the superintendent of Dillman Road, and we are asking approval to repair raw sewage pump number 1. We have 3 pumps that are dedicated to coming into the plant, and we've been without this one now for about 6 weeks plus. So, pretty essential piece of equipment.
Okay. Are there any questions for Garrett from the board? All right. Seeing none, then is there a motion to approve this agreement with BL Anderson?
So moved.
Second?
And Latrina, please call the roll.
Clementer,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Kepler,
Yes?
Sherman.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Garrett. All right, motion is passed. Next item is request for an approval of a First Amendment with VET Environmental Engineering LLC for subsurface soil delineation and management of soil excavation and disposal. And James Hall will tell us about this. James?
Hi, James Hall, AD Environmental Programs. The amendment is for $390,363.82 for not to exceed of $497,721.67. So when we first did the contract and we first had the project, we weren't sure what item would approve or what they would not approve of. We did the delineation. Once that delineation was completed, we found that we probably needed to continue the delineation north. So this contract is to do that, to cover that cost. Then also the original thought of VET and ourselves was that we would be able to haul this material, straight haul it. Well, item said that we couldn't do that. That we need to use roll-off boxes. So this waste determination and that cost to have all this material put in roll-off boxes, stored, sampled, and then sent down is part of this. And then also there were some additional things that IDEM was asking us to do that we hadn't originally thought we would have to do, concrete sampling and so on. And so that's what this additional cost is. A large portion of it is to haul waste. So that's what you're seeing here. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, any questions from the board members? Jeff.
Yeah, James, thank you for bringing this forward. It's a bit troubling that what we're getting into here. My question is just focused on the use of Winston Thomas. So that's just going to be a staging area for enclosed containers?
Correct. Yeah, because initially IDEM said it had to be at the site down there, and we said we didn't have any room to store those, and then they agreed to allow us to store them down at Winston Thomas. And so, yeah, as soon as they are loaded down there, they're wrapped in a material so that precipitation can get on them and leak through the box. And they already have a plastic liner as the material's being dumped in there.
How far is north? we got the intersection right there, just to the north.
It's just on the, yeah. So the second delineation went all the way up to 4th Street. And so where IDEM has agreed that we'll just need to take material. It's just a few feet north of the intersection of Lincoln and 3rd now. So we were from the north edge of the Boys and Girls Club to the south side of 3rd Street on Lincoln. And now we're going to have to go to the other side of 3rd Street and just a few feet north of that.
So it's generally uphill in that direction. It's pretty flat. So maybe in times of, low water conditions, you had migration going to the north just once in a while.
Yeah, we're not really sure what's happening there because in the soil, we found some stuff, and we found some contamination in the water even further north, but IDEM wasn't worried about that because we didn't find it in any of the soil. So for some reason it's found, maybe Vic can explain better, but for some reason it's moving north and up gradient there that we think so.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Amanda?
Actually, this is, I think, for Vic and maybe James. I believe when this came before us the last time, we were talking about the potential for going back to somebody to get some of this money recuperated. Is there any chance in that, or slim to none?
Mr. Wheeler will be able to help us.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far into the weeds on this, but we believe there will be some opportunity for some remedy. But I don't really want to get too far into the weeds about it. I hope you can appreciate that. But we definitely believe that we have an opportunity to go against some third parties for some remedies. And we intend fully to investigate that further and chase down every potential third party that is liable for the cause of the migration.
Great. Thanks, Chris.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, then is there a motion to approve this first amendment with vet environmental engineering?
So moved.
Second.
And Latrina, please call the roll.
Kepler,
Yes.
Kremitzer,
Yes.
Eman,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Burnham,
Yes.
Sherman.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Next, before we go on to old business, I just want to let the public know, if you are watching on Facebook Live or on Zoom, there will be an opportunity at the end of the meeting to give public comment. You can do that by putting a comment in the comment section of our Facebook Live stream or of the Zoom meeting. All right. So moving on to old business, is there any old business from the board? Yes, Amanda.
Oh, did we miss the request for the MOU for IUB Holdings?
Oh, that is the item that we amended the agenda before you came onto the meeting.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. Thank you for catching it potentially if I had missed it. So, okay, so any old business from the board? Any old business from staff?
None.
Any new business from the board? Any new business from staff?
None.
Okay. Subcommittee reports. I know the Finance Committee met earlier, and so I'll turn that over to Jim.
I think that's me, actually. Is it me?
Oh,
I don't know. No, it's Jim. It is Jim. Yay.
Okay. So the Finance Committee met right before this meeting. And the purpose of that subcommittee meeting was to have an initial presentation of the 2022 budget. Vic and Laura presented the kind of bones of the budget. They didn't go into detail on what was done in 2021. That will be done subsequently. But they did talk about the changes in the budget for 2022 with respect to the 2021 budget. There were no really significant changes, and all the changes were kind of gone through and explained. Where it goes from here is that if necessary, the subcommittee will meet again a week from today. It may or may not be necessary, but 2 weeks from today, on the 16th of August, there will be a subcommittee meeting prior to the full board meeting, where the subcommittee will come forward with a recommendation. Then at the full meeting, Vic and his staff will make a full presentation of the budget, and there will be a vote at the end of that meeting. Now, all board members, the subcommittee received an initial draft of the budget. There are still things hanging, and those should be completed by the end of this week or early next week. And once that's done, this will be sent to all board members for our reading. And so we will be prepared for the presentation on the 16th. There was no vote taken because there was none necessary. I think that covers it. If Amanda or Megan have any additions.
I just want to apologize because I took over that meeting. I thought I was chairing it. So sorry about that, Jim.
Hey. I took it as a positive.
Well, thank you very much for the report. And I'm glad we have such great leaders all on that subcommittee. So, all right, next item is staff reports. And so I'll turn it over to Vic.
Hello again. We just have a few staff reports. The first is that last week, board member Parmenter came out and we toured the Monroe plant and the Blucher Pool plant in one 3-hour excursion. And I really enjoyed taking you around to the plants, and I hope you enjoyed getting to see how everything works. We are continuing to schedule tours for any board members who'd like to take them. I know board member White is planning to come out this week to visit the service center. And I'm hopeful that Brandon Prince will be able to arrange a chance for us all to go over and watch them clean grease out of the Tamaron lift station one of these days, which would be a really exciting show. So thank you so much for coming out to the plant. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but it was really fun, and I'm glad we got to do it. We also have, as you know, we're in the middle of the budget process. We will present our budget to council on the 24th of this month. It's our traditional Tuesday night meeting, and so we'll keep you informed about how that all shakes out as we go forward. The third thing is we've been talking about the lead and copper rule and the need to do the lead service line inventory for all the services in the city. In the past, since we last met, council has discussed it twice. Our proposal for $700,000 from the American Rescue Plan Act has been approved as part of the city's plan. And we expect it will likely be, the appropriation will be likely approved a week from Wednesday. So we're hopeful that by the end of this month, we'll be able to start moving on that project. We expect it to take between 9 months and a year, which would put us in a position to begin including lead service lines in our as one of the factors in our scoring system for water main replacement. And also we may be in a position to pursue federal dollars should they be coming along. Water main replacement, or yes, water main replacement dollars actually are included in the current infrastructure bill that's currently in the United States Senate. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that will survive the negotiations there. The last thing I have is we have some new hires. Nicolette Morris is a lab tech at the Dillman plant, and Perry Lagenauer is a new maintenance mechanic at the Dillman plant. We welcome Nicolette and Perry to service with the city at Dillman. Jim Weaver, longtime employee in meter service, has retired. He retired last Friday, and we had kind of an all-day celebration for that. And then finally, we have some new certifications. Barry Moore passed the wastewater Class 1 license, and Clayton Rains, Andrew Bowden, and Bryce Douglas all passed the distribution system license in the last since we last met. So it's 3 more people with that DSL. That's an important license for people in T&D. So that's really all I have. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Vic. All right. Well, Holly, are there any comments in the Facebook live stream or comments on Zoom?
There are not.
Okay. Oh, Megan.
Okay, Vic beat me to it, but I did just want to say thank you so much for the tour of the Monroe Water Treatment Plant and the Blucher Pool Wastewater Treatment Plant on Friday. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed meeting the staff members there. You really see what a very important job that they're doing is for our community and for our daily lives. We couldn't survive without the work that they're doing. So thank you, and I look forward to going again and applying all that I learned and learning more. So thank you.
Thanks, Megan, for your comments. All right. Well, then is there a motion to adjourn our meeting tonight?
So moved.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.